A little while ago, I became, I suppose, a little bit more interested in this earthquake in San Francisco in, I think it was the early 1900s. Because they're saying it's an earthquake, when really, when you look at the pictures, you can see that the flames, the way the flames are coming and everything, and you know, there's this utter devastation of this place. Anyway, I came across this on Facebook and just thought that I would show it. I mean, it's not a newspaper cutting or anything like that, and it's, you've got to just then believe someone else's words. But it says, this is supposed to be from the San Francisco earthquake. Apparently they made people cook outside. But what I found interesting was the text that came with the photograph, appearing as San Francisco disaster 41 its progress. The awful bombardment was kept up all day and night on Wednesday and until Thursday evening. Then the supply of explosives was nearly exhausted. I don't really know what are they talking about there then? I'll read it again. It says, the awful bombardment was kept up all night, day and night of Wednesday until Thursday evening. Then the supply of explosives was nearly exhausted.
They must be destroying buildings with explosives, like the dangerous ones. The last ones still sort of standing, half standing.
Sorry, Mickey, say that again into the microphone.
Well, it's explosive demolition, isn't it? To destroy the rest of the buildings.
So that's what you think it is?
No, it's to stop the fire from spreading and all that sort of stuff. It was all wood and brick, wasn't it? It weren't steel, all brick. It's only steel till it came to like 1900s. They started using steel.
That's not what the article says.
I know, but that's what I say.
Well, then you're agreeing with the narrative when I don't.
No.
You mean it was them? You mean it was them continuing to destroy it? But they didn't have to, because this great big swathe of fire came across it and just burnt through everything. I mean, that didn't help.
So same as in forest fires, you burn a forest. Yeah, if a forest is burning in front of you, you burn a forest like a lane. You take it all down, clear it. So when the forest fire comes towards the next forest, there's a gap, so it can't spread. The same with these houses, because they're all wood. Yeah, because it's like, you know, when the fire starts, it just runs down to the hill, to the houses. Yeah,
but they weren't all brick. Some of these these buildings were gorgeous.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, most of those ones they blew up. Yeah, to the floor. So that's because you only have so many fire engines and like a horse-drawn pump engines. That can only spray water to
the government arsenals. Listen though, we haven't finished reading it yet. The government arsenals had been emptied out of their stock and quantities was doomed, and even the most, what's that word? Yeah, the most sanguine then gave up hope. Block after block of great office buildings, hotels, theatres, factories and warehouses melted away like wax in the terrific heat. Melted away like wax in the terrific heat. And you just said that they were wooden, but lots of these weren't. They were brick as well. So how could they melt?
Because the structures inside will be wood, you know, or the architect.
All the quaint foreign quarters turned to ashes in minutes. How could it happen in minutes? With mighty, what's that? I can't read the next bit. I don't know what that word is. I don't know. Conflagration, dozen directions. I don't know. I don't know what that is he's put there. Anyway.
Perplex.
Whatever his houses or not. I don't know what he's writing there, but not say that because it's just that word. But anyway, other high portions of the city were swallowed in the maelstrom of fire. Only the more sparsely settled outlying districts were saved. Fire Chief Sullen was fatally hurt. Rah. But I think that San Francisco was abolished. Just in, you know, we've been doing videos lately about...
the first London bombing. Second bombing.
Yeah, like we've
Second
had bombing of London, we've had bombing even of Germany, we've had even the abandoning and letting everything run down in London, and then everybody buys it up cheaply and then they turn it into flats. And then they actually did it, Bob Hopkins said, in the, was it 70s or 80s? And then they were so badly done, they've had to knock them down again, making more waste of money. And then he was, in what he said, he was saying that he could see that they're going to put the rich people there and put the poor people there, etc. Yeah, I quite liked what he was saying in our last video. That was about Battersea Power Station, and now they've turned that into apartments.
Yeah, a few million quid and all.
But when she said, she didn't say there was many in there, did she?
No, no.
And I was like, Mickey, that can't be true. But we know why now, because it's not as big as you think it is. But yeah, so they just systematically destroy these places. And this is one they did. And this would have had beautiful architecture. So they obviously said, well, we'll do San Francisco in 18 whatever it is. We're going to do London in the 1940s. And we'll do Berlin at the same time in the 1940s. We'll have all these people, there'll be a war.
Starvation.
Sounds a bit like today, doesn't it?
No change then.
No. I just found that a bit interesting. Like, wow, so quickly they are detonating all the buildings down. Yeah, to make way to build it again immediately. But this did not happen because of an earthquake, I don't think. I think they just destroyed San Francisco. And it's so sad because I suppose what it is if they left it, it would show that there was a lot more history and everything was different. So they had to destroy it because they didn't want everybody to realise how much maybe like Europe or whatever it was it looked. Or how Tartarian it looked.
Yeah, just in its style and its wonder and its like electric.
But they sort of did that to London later on, didn't they? And they should be so ashamed of themselves because so much is abandoned. Prisons, hospitals, complexes.
All waiting for them to grab it.
Hospitals. Oh, I've said that anyway. But yeah, especially America, it's half abandoned. And when these people make the videos, they love it. But what it is they don't. I just don't understand how. Well, it's like really, it's like apocalypse.
Being destroyed, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're riding around in apocalypse, and they think it's sort of funny. When actually I don't. I think it's really sad because it's only in the last few years we've realised how much is abandoned. Anyway, thanks Mickey, but we just made that little video because, yes, there you go, a little bit of information there, but I think it was just destroyed. Like, right, do the first wave, then the second wave. Oh, it's done now we can build what we want. You know, and also, they built it very quickly, which is really weird.
Yeah, that's another one.
It just took a couple of years to spring a town up. But anyway, thanks for watching.